everything you eat in life. You want to talk about things with a lot of ingredients in it? I wonder the ingredient breakdowns of the chicken tikka masala that we eat when we go to Indian restaurants. I
will
wonder
give you
what
the
will pop
ingredient
out.
breakdown.
I
Okay,
wonder what will
onion,
pop out when we saw
tomato,
that. Eight
ginger,
sticks
garlic,
of butter,
ghee,
right? How many
cream.
sticks of butter do you think is in chicken tikka masala? There's a reason
Not
Didi
when,
doesn't eat the masala.
sure, I understand why you asked this question, because when
Yeah.
your grandmother makes it, it's very shady AF. Hello, namaste, it's Zarna Garg family podcast here with all 5 Gargs in the house. Today's topic is gonna get you heated. It's gonna get you cooled down. You're gonna have an opinion on it because everybody needs it. Weight loss, fitness, what are we doing? Protein, creatine, walking, lifting weights. Let's get right into it. Let me introduce the cast. My husband of 25 years, Wall Street veteran Shalab Garg. My daughter who just graduated college, Zoya Garg. My son who's in college, Bridge Garg, and my little one, my 13-year-old Veer Garg, who is in middle school this year. Let's get into it. What are we doing for weight loss? Do we
Can
care
I ask
about
a
weight
question,
loss?
Zarna? Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Do you guys, particularly our two boys, but also Zoya, really believe that Indian men just have bad genes? And that's the reason why they deal with so much cardiovascular issues and are unable to maintain a healthier lifestyle?
I think that Indian men have bad like workout genes, because I've noticed that it does take me and a lot of my Indian friends. We talk about this a lot actually. It takes us a lot longer to develop like muscle mass compared to a lot of our white friends that'll go to the gym less than us, eat less than us, all these different things. And I do think when it
But
comes
how
to
can it
developing
be,
muscle.
Bridge? How can it be that God just created human beings and
No, it's not like that. It's because over the last like centuries of living, Indian people haven't been going to the gym. Most Indian people in India are very, very skinny because of either starvation, because they didn't have access to proper food or proper gyms. Whereas white people and other races have had a lot of exercise and weightlifting and other things in the past couple generations that we just have not had.
Oh, I see. So it's not as if it was the case this way 5,000 years ago, but over the course of the
Yeah,
last many hundred years, it's just
yeah,
modified it to become that way.
Okay, I'm
exactly.
not
Like our
gonna lie.
genotypes don't.
I have a hot take, or I don't think it should be a hot take, but people might perceive this as a hot take. I think that if you're living a lifestyle in which you're doing anything that's not just sitting around all day, it's unrealistic. People say that you're supposed to eat a gram of protein per pound of body weight. I think that that is fully unrealistic. I think that in reality, you should aim to get one proper meal with protein in it. And then I think that in terms of exercise, you should aim to go on one short to mid distance walk a day if you don't have time to go to the gym. Because getting 150 grams of protein in a day is just not realistic and
But who
sustainable.
said that you need 150? That's just because Bridge was doing a special kind of diet.
No, that's for if you go to the gym, that's the recommended amount. And I just think that a lot of health culture is completely unrealistic. If you're being real, you can only do parts of what they say is healthy.
I mean, look, everything they recommend is completely unrealistic. Nobody is drinking 65, 70 ounces of water a day.
I am.
No, you're not.
I am. I mean, that's 5 bottles of water. I drink about
Okay,
three to
but
four.
Shalab, you literally spend your whole life in 2 rooms, either home
I
one
mean,
room or.
Zara, either ask a question and accept an
Yeah.
answer, but don't attack back. That makes no sense.
This back to school season, set your child up for success with Mathnasium, the math learning center trusted by over 1 million parents. Mathnasium makes math make sense through personalized instruction that builds skills and confidence. Start today with a free assessment at mathnasium.com.
I mean, most people who are
Yeah.
out and about and have to be cannot drink. Like, you don't, I couldn't, if I drank 60, 70 ounces, I would never get to any place.
I
I
mean,
think one thing we have
that's
to
okay.
acknowledge before doing this type of argument is that our lifestyle, specifically your mom, your lifestyle, is vastly different than 99% of people's lifestyle. Most people aren't traveling as much as you travel. It's like you and other high performers, like sports players or other types of performances, or people have to get on stage and perform. Those are the only types of people that it's like really that unrealistic to get 60 ounces of water for. But if you're working a corporate job, if you're working even a startup in your own territory, but you're not traveling every weekend, it's actually not that unrealistic to get like 70 ounces of water. It's just really
But
you're
do
in a
you
very
get,
specialized environment.
but Bridge, do you get 60, 70 ounces a day?
I can because I'm in college. So for me, it's like my routine is very, very set. And if your routine is set, anything is easy, right? If you're doing the same thing
But do
every
you?
day, there's no
But do you?
challenges.
That's the
Yeah, I
question.
do.
But do you?
I do. Yeah, like for example, right now I'm drinking water.
Okay, I mean, I also have a
And I'm
bottle.
drinking coffee with has water in it, right? So, which
Ah,
is a lot of water. So I'm just saying that it's just you can get upset, and I respect the fact. Bridge actually stated it really, really well that you just have a very high perform. I mean, Bridge, that was very well articulated, Peter.
okay,
Well
Thank you.
said.
anyway.
I want to bring up one point that really bothers me when it comes to weight loss is small, short people. Specifically, I am 5 feet tall, and that is really short. And being a short person means that you have to care about weight loss so much more than people
Mm.
who are taller than you. It's just true, right? Like, so I have always struggled so much because I really take a lot of care about what I eat. And I feel like a lot of my friends sometimes judge me because I don't eat a lot of dessert. I'm always that annoying person where I've eaten before the social meal. I always eat before I go out. I'm not one of those people where it's like there's a dinner and I'm like starving coming to the dinner. I always get whatever protein I need beforehand. And it's because I feel like as a short person, weight shows up really quickly on me.
Mm.
That's
That
my
is
struggle as a
absolutely
weight
true,
loss
Zoya. There is
person.
no question about it. I'm short, your mother is short. Our Bridge and Veer are not, but all three of us are, and that is a real. There is no question about it. You're 100% right. It's much harder to keep, because the amount of consumption that a short person consumes in terms of food is not that dramatically different than a tall person. But the short person doesn't have as much sort of mass and so on to absorb that much amount of food. So you're so right about that, I think.
One other thing that I am really sad about as well when it comes to weight loss is the culture online that is so destructive towards women. I feel like there's so much skinny girl culture on the internet. I'm so happy to see so many women in the gym. Like there's more videos appearing of women lifting weights and gaining muscle. I do think that muscle is one of the ways that women are able to keep weight loss metrics in check. If you have more muscle, it's easier to do that because muscle stays with your body. So obviously, lifting is really helpful when it comes to weight loss. It helped me a lot during the pandemic. So that's one of the things that I really okay. I'm just gonna let the chat. I'm just the chat right now is literally in flames right now. I don't understand. Okay, I don't understand what's going on because
Because
the
Bridge was
chat is
being
in
rude.
flames.
Because Bridge was being rude
He
in
just
in the
called her
chat.
Miss Grumpy Pants in the chat.
Now he's calling me names because I said Zoya and I are in a hotel room. In one room, she's sitting in the bathroom. I'm sitting on a bed trying to make this podcast happen because we don't want to not have an episode. And the guys who are comfortably situated in their own rooms have opinions about our voice and our this and our that. And I was
What?
calling out
No,
the calling
none of the guys in
outwards.
this room have made an opinion on your voice or
No,
anything.
in the
That
voice,
is
in
not
the
true.
group chat that I can also see, you guys were saying things. Anyway, I'm not gonna get into it because I have been drinking water and I'm fully hydrated. I drink water only from a glass bottle if I can. I'm down with plastic bottles to the extent possible. That's another thing that I've learned about fitness is to stay away from plastic bottles. Anybody have an opinion on
Oh,
that?
how does
Okay,
Wait,
that
why do
work?
no,
you?
no,
Why?
no,
Yeah.
no, no. I want
I
to
want to
no,
know
hold
Wait,
on.
why.
why?
I want
But
to.
why?
Okay, well, Mom, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that the reason is that drinking from plastic bottles have BPA's in them, which is basically when heat compounds the plastic and it's bad for you and microplastics in your system,
It's
whatever.
leaking microplastics into the water and we're all drinking it.
But like I only have water from a plastic. I haven't even heard of bottles that are not plastic that carry water. Like the French Evian that I like is a plastic bottle, right?
Okay.
Yes, and it's probably leaching very French plastics into your water.
I mean, what the F? Like this is just completely new that you threw out there. I've never heard of this
Okay,
before,
that's
ever.
that's the point I want to make. Wait, this is what I was saying earlier, that if you follow all of these health standards, your life is just going to be in shambles to the point where you can do like you can only drink from glass bottles. You have to go to certain supermarkets to get these perfect glass filtered reverse osmosis waters. Like there's
Oh,
just
also, while I'm at it, you can't be drinking tea from tea bags anymore. That's a new thing, also.
What?
No, because tea bags also have microplastics. It's true. It's true. My doctor told me.
Mom, you don't listen to a single one of these things, and I just know it. You
Okay,
asked me
but
to
I
make you
do,
tea from tea
but I
bags.
am aware of it. So that's a start.
Zoya, talk about your yoga. I thought that was the big
But the
change
thing
in
is
your.
that, yeah, Dad, I love doing yoga, but even, for example, recently I went full time with Zarna. A lot of people know that it's been a controversial career decision that many people have commented on.
I don't know
But,
for who it's been controversial. For everyone in this room, it's not controversial.
oh, that's so funny that you say that, because
I
let's
told you that.
roll the tape, actually, because our editor is in the chat. Roll the tape at this moment in time. It is no longer the time to be like, Zoya, maybe you should just get a corporate job. You know what I mean? I've been wailing my ideas
How
out
about
on the
just
internet.
any job, maybe any job, given that you're a Stanford graduate? Is that such a...
I am working a job and I'm paying rent on my own out of money I've made. So I don't want to hear it.
Yes. Yes. Yes, sis.
Alright.
Give it to him.
But I just think it's so right for me to be sitting here talking about weight loss when literally it is impossible. It is impossible. If you are on the road, if you are working a job that requires you to be on your computer 24/7, none of what we're saying is practical at all. In fact, I think the only practical advice I can give when it comes to weight loss is actually eat very little. I don't know.
No,
I don't.
no, I
not
have
to
it.
be
I have the
crazy.
practical advice, which is what's going to happen in humanity, and you guys are not going to like it. You're not going to like it, but I'm going to say it. Within 5 years, they're going to put Ozempic in the water that we all drink. That is the only way
What?
we're going to counter the weight gain that
Bro.
everybody living in a
Who?
modern westernized. No, this is what's going to happen. There's going to be a dose of Ozempic in every glass of water that we drink, just like fluoride. Uh, remember
This
the
is
words
actually
when it
so
happens.
invalid of a statement, because let me explain something. We are not getting more fat as a nation. We are actually getting more skinny as a nation. And let me explain to you something. You know what the number one industry that's tanking right now because of the new generation? It's the smoking industry. People are smoking less and less. Meanwhile, this is actually facts. People are drinking less and less wine, less and
But
less smoking.
smoking
And
makes
gym
you
memberships.
skinnier.
But it's a bad habit. It's all these bad habits that make people like gain weight, that do different stuff that hurts their health. Whereas right now, what's up in the world are gym memberships, are memberships towards things that are mental health. Self-help books are the number one books that are selling off the shelves right now. People are
Yeah,
watching
but
self-help
vaping.
podcasts.
But why don't you talk about vaping, Bridge? Because all your friends vape. And I know all their
My
names,
friends
and their
don't
big
vape. Like,
brothers vape also.
I think you're vastly overestimating how many people vape, because in our immediate community, sure, more people vape. If you go into the engineering school in Cornell, there won't be a single student there that's vaping. I promise you, there won't be a single student that's vaping, and that's
But there's
half of the
vape
entirety of
stores
the
on every
college.
street corner. Then who's buying this stuff?
Your generation is vaping and
Stop
smoking
it.
and
It is not.
cigarettes.
Our
You guys
generation
literally,
didn't know
you
vaping.
guys
I
started
mean,
this
have
like
you
it's
ever seen
insane.
me or your mother vape or smoke, Bridge? I mean, come on.
You two are very specific, but I know a lot of people that even you guys are friends with that smoke and drink
Okay,
and drink in an
can we get
enormous
back to the
amount.
topic? Can we get back to the topic? I actually think, Bridge, I think elimination is really helpful when it comes to weight loss. Like, just literally eliminating certain things. I
That
know that that's controversial. I get it. A lot of weight loss habits and tricks are very controversial because they are upsetting to hear, because they all suck. Every weight loss thing that you can do sucks
Wait,
to do.
eliminating what? Can you clarify your point?
So, for example, just eliminating entire, not food groups. I'm not a big proponent of that, where people say, "Oh, I'm just gonna eliminate, like gluten unless you have like a gluten allergy." But eliminating certain, there are a lot of people who say, "I just don't eat any sugar. I just don't drink alcohol." Even if you eliminate one of those categories that are, things that contribute to weight gain, it can actually really help in the long run, because all of those, it just snaps away certain things that you would indulge in that you no longer will. Again, I know people are going to hate me for this, but a lot of weight loss is doing things that you hate. That is what it takes to lose weight, in my opinion.
No, I mean, it's not always like I don't want to keep bringing up intermittent fasting and every time this topic comes up, but that is a big part of my life, guys, right? For 5 years. It's not a fad. I've been doing it since 2019, so it's almost 6 years now. So almost over 10% of my life and over 20% of my adult life, I've been on this please.
Dad, in that 1 hour span that you eat, do you eat
Not
sugar
1
too?
hour. I eat
Or
over 4 to 5 hours.
in the 4 or 5 hour span, do you eat a lot of sugar?
I eat
I
sugar.
remember you used to have the mango ice cream and stuff. What?
Yeah, I mean, in the time that I do eat, I really do eat everything. I try to focus on protein, of course, because one, I like steak, but even if I did not like steak, if I just have pizza in that time, it's just not satiating enough. But I eat boiled eggs. I drink beer. Which has a lot of sugar. I eat, basically anything that I can get my hands on.
But
A lot of
Shalab, in
steak.
some way, your diet is also an elimination diet because you don't eat for 20 hours.
Yeah, Zoya is right. I agree with her. I was actually trying to support her by bringing it up. That it is an elimination way that I eliminated 20 hours. And when I'm not eating, I'm just busy drinking a lot of water, having a lot of black coffee, and just I don't even feel it. I don't feel it during that time. I work out on an empty stomach, which is fantastic. Um,
I think a lot of weight loss also one thing that I see help a lot of people is getting some sunshine, And I'm gonna say one other thing that I've noticed. This is very odd. I got a tongue scraper recently. Okay, a metal tongue scraper. You can get it on Amazon. And this tongue
what is
scraper,
that?
it basically you hold it and you take the tongue scraper and you scrape like the bacteria and
There's a
let
lot
the
of
food out.
bacteria on your tongue. That's
Yeah.
actually the whole thing of bad breath comes from your tongue, not from brushing your teeth. But
Oh
we'll
my
get into
God,
that
Veer,
later.
what kind of stuff do you know? This is so weird.
I learned this from Veer. So I saw Veer was using a tongue scraper, and I was like, "What is he doing? Why is he? He's literally in middle school using a tongue scraper. I should be doing this." So I got my own. I'm addicted to it. It because a lot of the issue with weight loss is addiction to just wanting to consume for the sake of dopamine, right? Like it's not actually. Sometimes you're not hungry. Most of the
Zoya,
time,
why can't you use your toothbrush to scrape your tongue? It
It
doesn't do
doesn't
it.
it's
it
not
doesn't
as
do it as well.
effective. It's not as
Can you wait?
effective.
I don't understand what. Can you explain?
I'm saying that for whatever reason, when I use a tongue scraper, it reduces my need to eat out of boredom.
Oh,
I
because you feel
think I think
clean.
that's a generalized thing when you clean your mouth because weight loss like therapists will often say the minute you finish your meal brush your teeth because then you do think twice before you put something else in your mouth. So this is some version of that. But to your point of eliminating things, I think the big culprit in our generation, your dad and my generation, was the idea of moderating your way into a balanced weight. And I think moderation is just not gonna work. It has not worked and just not gonna work. And moderation in general is a failed strategy.
I mean, calorie deficit does work. If you truly deprive your body of calories versus the amount of calories you need, it will
Yeah,
work for weight
he's
loss.
right.
It's just that people are not able to do it. Like, Amir Khan talks about calorie deficit all the time, that the body needs these many number of calories per day,
Yeah,
and if you reduce it by 20%, you will lose weight. It is just how it is.
that's like
Yeah,
literally
but the idea
scientifically.
that every day you should make a new decision about today am I gonna have the cookie or today
Yeah,
am I gonna have the
it's very hard. I agree
it's
with you.
not even hard. It's just not doable. It's too many decisions related to food in a day. That's why elimination diets, even including intermittent fasting, but it's like this window
Hmm.
is closed
Hmm.
because your brain can only make so many decisions
Hmm.
in a day and you can't clutter it with every and food is everywhere.
Yeah, in
Unfortunately
America,
or
food is
food
everywhere.
fortunately
I kind of disagree with that. To be honest, I think that the decisions aren't so crazy. Are you saying for a calorie deficit, the decision makes it undoable?
no, I'm saying every day at every point that you encounter food to make a decision of whether you will eat it or not is just too much food noise. If you in your mind operate like for example in the younger generation, and I don't know why Bridge is smiling because I saw that and something's coming, he's about to cook up something, but the generation that is saying we just don't drink eliminates the whole decision of should I have a beer today, should I have a glass of wine. If you just don't drink, that's one thing that your brain doesn't have to waste its energy thinking about
Hmm.
when you go out.
Hmm.
I
Well,
have a
alcohol.
question. Oh,
I was gonna say
but
alcohol is like the worst thing when it comes to trying to lose weight. Like that is what literally makes it the hardest thing to lose weight for
It
so many
makes you
different
very hungry
reasons.
too, right? Does alcohol
It,
make you
it
hungry,
makes you
Bridge?
it makes you I don't know if it makes you hungry, but I do know alcohol, specifically beer, has a lot of calories. One, especially when you're
Hmm.
drinking more than like a lot of times people drink like 5, 6, 7, 8 beers, but it has a lot of calories in it, even if one of them, right? And then two, it is so bad for your body. Your body does not handle the chemical of alcohol, like whatever it's called, well. It just doesn't. It doesn't digest it well. That's why it's such a major issue, because it's bad for you because of the calories, but it's also bad because your body doesn't like to digest it. So it puts you in all these weird states, which is what actually leads to the what's it called, the like alcoholic effect of being drunk. Is because your body doesn't digest it well. So one chemical, like it's insane. We learned a lot about
Well,
bio, but I can't remember specifically. And
I mean,
that's
I do
so bad
have
for you when
maybe
you're trying to lose weight.
5 drinks a week, okay? Between 5 to 6
Yeah.
drinks a week. But,
I thought
you
you
know,
weren't drinking, Shalom.
I mean,
What?
along the way, I stopped, and then in the recent weeks, I've again been drinking a little bit more than zero. But it's never been between 5 to 6 drinks a week. And I tell you that when I do drink it, it's much worse than I don't. Drinking is just even one drink, it just makes you very hungry, and it dehydrates you, right? It dehydrates
It
you.
is a dehydration, yeah.
wait,
Yeah.
I want to say one thing on this topic because we as a podcast are very anti-drinking pretty frequently. Like, I get it. We've said it, but I have really been thinking about this new school of thought where people my age who tend to not drink are a lot lonelier, right, than generations in the past.
We're going to take a quick break to tell you about our sponsor for today's episode, Quince.com. You have to check out Quince.com. Premium, quality, cozy essentials, things you're going to reach for in your wardrobe all the time. That beige Mongolian cashmere sweater, that wool pullover or cardigan, that white shirt that you need for every outfit, clothes for your husband, clothes for your kids, teens, boys, girls, you name it, they've got it. And beautiful luxury essentials at really high quality stuff at very budget prices, because they cut out the middleman, they go to ethical factories direct to the source, and they sell directly on their website. I'm such a fan. Ever since I've become part of the Quince world, every few weeks I'll check up what is the new color they've dropped for the fall. I cannot wait for burgundy. They have so much stuff in deep burgundy. I cannot wait to check it out. But honestly, they have everything. They have bags. They even have, recently I got a ring for my son that looks so fun, and he's into like men's jewelry. So I highly recommend you check that out as well. But I would say find your fall staples at Quince. Go to quince.com/Zarna for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. Now available in Canada too. That's quince.com/Zarna, QUINCE.com/Zarna to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/Zarna. We're also going to take a quick minute to tell you about this episode's sponsor, Squarespace. Squarespace is your one-stop destination to get a beautiful website made, to claim your domain, to find your clients, to send your invoices, to figure out how you're going to do billing and actually be able to bill. And they have all kinds of marketing tools that are going to help you find clients, find customers for your business. It's such an easy website to use. I used it for my first ever website. I highly recommend it. If you're a small business, you're a medium-sized business, you've been running on social media, you need a website. One organized place that has all your information so you can use it as your best marketing tool, and it is not as complicated as you might think. I highly recommend that you check out Squarespace, and check out squarespace.com/Zarna for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use offer code Zarna to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. That's squarespace.com/Zarna for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use offer code Zarna to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain.
This is a well-documented issue. I'm not the only one to say it. Now, there has to be a correlation here where people around our age have stopped having fun because they've reduced all the ways that we traditionally have fun. I'm not saying that you have to have fun drinking. I don't drink myself, but I am saying that there is a trade-off by saying I'm just going to eliminate this thing. If you don't drink, then you most likely don't stay up really late with lots of people. Thereby, you're not meeting lots of people. Thereby, you're not making new friends, and maybe you could have met a new person by. All I'm saying is that for the people that do make the decision to drink, I actually think that there's a benefit to it that we're not accounting for here, that we're trading off on, and everything is a trade-off. I have a question to the podcast right now, which is that if you notice somebody you love is gaining weight suddenly, is it your responsibility to tell them that?
Yes.
Oh my
It
God.
Yes.
Oh my god.
100%.
The
it
worst
is.
thing, the
Wait,
worst thing you can do for somebody's health is not tell them. That's
Yeah.
like that's step one. Step one is accountability.
I was bulking, so gaining muscle to be able to get stronger and look stronger. And mom, throughout the entire process of me gaining weight to bulk, was telling me how much weight I was gaining, and like was getting sad because I was gaining so much weight, even though that was the purpose of the activity I was doing.
No,
But Bridge, that was
but
muscle.
Bridge,
That's not the same thing.
no,
She
hold on,
doesn't
hold on.
understand the difference. She doesn't get
I
the
know everything difference. I know bulking, I know cutting, I know everything. Okay, do not think that I don't know what is what. I know everything. But first of all, you are being influenced by all the wrong peoples to doing this. I don't
You
know
mean
where
his
you got this
girlfriend?
idea. I didn't say that. I didn't
But
say
you're
that.
alluding to it very clearly. What other
And
person does he have in his life?
and you, it was not just bulking, it was making your face fuller, and I know how you like when you look. I was trying to give you, now you guys, when you said ask the question, should you say yes, and then when the minute I said it, you got upset about it.
I got upset about it because you
Okay,
didn't
I don't want to
understand
be
why you
told
were
if I'm
saying
gaining
it.
weight. Guys, I'm very self-aware. If I'm gaining weight, I know I'm gaining weight, and I don't want to be told by any one of you that I'm gaining weight.
Yeah,
It's
I
too
think that
depressing.
saying that is bad because when you are being told that you're gaining weight, it gives you incentive to lose weight. It makes you feel like you're being put in the hot seat every time somebody tells you you're gaining weight. So why would I want to keep gaining weight? But if it's your preference, I won't say anything.
Thank you. And
Um,
am I?
Can we just
Am
go
I?
back to alcohol for a minute, because I drink sometimes. Sometimes I also drank when I was pregnant with you guys, and I will
What?
get flamed for it.
I
But
mean, I don't think you drank much, Zara. Just
no,
don't
but
be.
every once in a while I had a glass of wine, and I definitely
And
had
certainly
coffee.
not after 6 months. You did not.
I
And
had
that
okay.
is why I have anxiety. Continue.
First of all, no. Can we just say sometimes you need alcohol just to unwind? You really do. You guys are kids. You guys don't have that kind of stress. I don't know how else to, like, if like, do not say to me
Zara,
at nine
Zoya and
o'clock at night.
Bridge are not kids.
No,
They're
but shut up.
adults.
Okay, whatever. At 9 o'clock at night, if I'm out to dinner and I want to unwind, you cannot say to me, "Well, you should go for a hike right now." Like, that is not a
no, but
solution.
why does it have to be a hike or drink wine? Why can't it just be like not go for a hike and not drink wine?
But then how do you relax? Tell me what I can do at
I mean,
9
you can
p.m.
Watch
watch When Life
TV.
Gives You Tangerines on Netflix.
Watch.
It is a really relaxing series.
I mean, there's
But
like
that's a
so
drug.
many
Hold
other
on.
ways,
Hold on. But that's a drug in itself. It's
but
watching,
it's not
binge
gonna make you
watching.
fat.
Hold on.
And there are
Devil's
many other
advocate.
issues. Bridge, you just have aligned yourself with your dad.
Okay, hold
so
on,
no
guys.
matter
We
what he
cannot
says,
compare
he's
Dad
right.
is
watching
very
TV to
right during
drinking
this
alcohol.
episode. Dad is very right during this episode, and I'll actually go a step further. One thing that Dad has been consistently right about, which I think is the best thing he said throughout this podcast series, is that these industries literally lie to you. These industries lie to you. The food industry, the medical industry, all these industries lie to you so much. It's actually insane.
Thank you, Bridge.
And not
Thank you,
only am I
Bridge.
saying
That's
that,
why the older son is who he is.
Oh my God,
But-
relax. Take it
wait,
back right now. No.
but
Okay.
not only am I saying that, but I also have evidence to back it up. Just two specific cases, but there's hundreds of millions of cases.
Tell us the evidences, Bridge.
Let's go to the milk. Okay, the milk industry. What does every single parent in the world say about the milk industry? Oh my God, this milk industry, it'll make your bones stronger. It'll make your bones stronger, right? That's the thing. You drink milk in the morning, you will become a strong boy. Guess what? A study came out 2 years ago or something from Harvard that does actually has no correlation with bone density or strength at all. At all. Now, I'm not saying Harvard study is right because I don't even know at this point. But what I am saying is that these studies keep going back and forth on what we agree is true or not true. So I'm just saying that they're lying about this. And not only
what's the
that, but
second?
here's another study. The sugar industry, they literally went to Harvard, and they paid their studies to show that heart disease is because of fat and not sugar. So they
Oh my
actually
god.
paid to
Oh my
push
god.
propaganda in the
Yeah,
1950s,
but
and
why
in
doesn't
the,
anybody hold? But why doesn't anybody hold Harvard responsible? Because they are equally as big liars, issuing random
they
studies
are.
for anybody who pays.
There's
So
no
I
question
don't
they
even
are.
know which study is real, which study is not real. I don't even
That's
know
the
anymore.
issue. Is that
Because
these
the
health
biggest
industries
culprit
lie.
is that shady ass Harvard that'll take anybody's check and cash anybody's check and write anything on a piece
I
of
mean,
paper
Zarna,
with
like
their
what the
stupid
F?
ass crimson motto on it.
Like our little one is going to apply to that college in a couple of years.
Over my dead body. No child of mine is going to that school. It is so unethical, I won't even get into it. People believe in the brand name, so who am I get it, but the most unethical,
My
because
shots
they
of getting
know
into Harvard
that
are literally
saying
getting like
saying
Toasted
Harvard
destroyed right now.
University means
They're
I
something,
think
getting
you
so
can.
they
There
just
is a way.
print anything.
Like, I can
tomorrow
kiss it
I
goodbye
can
by
get
now.
You can disown your mother and then apply, and you can go to court and say that I do not want this woman as my mother, and I want
This
to
is
apply to
what you
Harvard.
want, Veer, in your life, is to be associated with people who have zero ethics.
Okay, can we just take a step back? Because I do think the original question, as well as this new argument, the original question was, if you see a loved one gaining weight suddenly, do you have a responsibility to tell them? Second, watching TV better or worse than drinking alcohol? Now, I want to just make an argument here.
No, wait,
No,
whoa,
hold
whoa,
on,
whoa, whoa,
hold
whoa.
on,
This is the most
hold on.
ridiculous question I've ever heard
That's
in
the
my
weirdest
life.
question I've ever heard in
Like
my whole
honestly,
life.
like throughout this podcast, that might be the number one most
That
crazy
might be
thing I've
the
ever
worst
heard.
question ever
I want to
asked.
indulge. I want to indulge the question. Now, watching TV. Here are the consequences of watching TV. Because watching TV, just can you guys hear me out without just giggling? Just literally let me talk for a second. Watching TV is not as easily. The damages of watching TV are not as easily quantifiable as drinking alcohol, right? Because watching TV has been marketed by those industries that you're so critical of, Bridge, as a thing for leisure, right? It's just been it's been documented that way. Now, when you watch a lot of TV, you're sitting on the couch. Usually, I know a lot of people watch this podcast on the treadmill. Snaps to those people. That's amazing. I'm so happy that somebody relayed that feedback to me.
Who does that? Wow.
There's several people who watch our podcast on the treadmill, which is just an amazing thing to hear. That it just was overjoyed
I
to
like
hear.
that. Yeah.
So when you watch TV, you're typically sitting on the couch. You are maybe eating a snack, right? Watching TV usually correlates with eating lots of snacks. You're typically doing it late at night, and oftentimes you're not just spending 45 minutes watching TV, right? It's very hard to limit your screen time. That's just another thing. What I'm saying is that those consequences are very, very damaging, as well as one drink, right? Like one drink might be equitable to watching a lot of TV late at night. I'm just saying. That's what I'm saying.
I mean,
Because
that's an
maybe
intelligent point.
that one drink, you're having that one drink with your friend or at a business meeting or socializing
So
with other
Zoya,
people.
how
But
about
then that's-
watching? How
You're
about
placing
having
this
that-
question started somewhere and it led somewhere like that was not the question at all. I feel like.
How about having that drink while watching TV?
Wait, hold on. If we're assuming that it's one drink, then
Yeah.
we should assume that it's one episode of a TV show. You're
And also, you also
saying that-
added socialization. Because me and Veer could watch a basketball game together, which counts as socialization, as opposed to me and Veer taking a shot together. Like I'm a little like I feel like
yeah,
the
well,
question
I'm
at
saying
heart-
I think that
Yeah.
I think that you took the worst of TV and then the best of drinking. and
You're
put
right.
that-
I agree
You're
with you,
right.
yeah.
You're absolutely. I agree with both of you that I did do that. But what I'm saying is that each vice has its own consequences and thereby has its own trade-offs. You can't just say, like, if you're gonna. I think you can't just say that drinking is better than watching TV. I actually don't think. I think if you.
I mean, that's
drink
just like
in
a ridiculous
moderation-
statement. Like I can
Yeah, I
explain why I think
disagree.
that's a ridiculous statement, but just off the basis of just like very simply explaining it, alcohol has a higher percentage of like correlation towards brain disease, towards liver malfunctions, towards health issues that TV just doesn't have. Alcohol, specifically wine and vodka, specifically factually lead towards liver disease. Like that is the number one way to get liver disease is from alcohol. TV does not do that to your liver. It might hurt your brain because it messes up your dopamine release, which by the way, so does alcohol do, but it doesn't literally destroy your body and make you die when you're older because of it. You know what I mean? And even in
Yeah,
Also,
but-
Zoya,
but
we are
any
an
number of
entertainment
us-
family. Like,
but
how are
any
people
number
going to
of
watch
us-
Zarna Garg Zarna Garg comedy if they're not going to watch TV?
No, also, any number of us drink a glass of wine and then decide that we're not going to become a serial killer tonight.
What?
What?
Do you know how many days I'm so angry with one, two, or all of you, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna have a drink with my friends, so I don't get into like some kind, like I don't start a beating match at home. That
Alcohol
happens
leads
too.
to beating matches. You realize that, right? Like that's like the number one thing to lead to domestic abuse as well.
Now we're getting into a real territory I think we should stay away from. I think we don't give enough positive credit to alcohol where it is due. I am a person who has taken a hard stance on it in my own life. I just think that the consequences of one drink versus the social time you might get versus mom's calming benefits that she just spoke to. And also, I don't think that we are critical enough of how much time gets consumed by mindless television and the consequences of sitting all the time during watching that TV. I think laziness is a disease. And I actually think that TV is a huge contributor to it. In fact, when you get a drink, you have to actively, I mean, if you're drinking at home, that's a little bit of a different story. But if you get a drink, you have to maybe get up, go to the place, make a plan. I don't know. Those are active things that
So
you're
think
doing.
about like
I
how
just-
much think about how much you have to want that drink to be able to get up and go get a drink. If you really want to drink that badly, the chances are it's not just one drink every now and then. Sometimes it'll be one drink leading to two drinks, maybe to three drinks. Maybe you'll
Wait,
have a drink the
Didi,
next day because you had fun the night before.
Can I revise your point a little bit? I think that
Do it.
the real issue isn't TV. I think that it's TikTok and social media. I think that now in present day society, like scrolling numbers are up, TV is definitely down. I still think that alcohol is much worse than scrolling, but I think that scrolling is a lot worse than TV and it's a lot closer to alcohol in terms of damage to a person.
I also want to be a little bit more critical of alcohol, which not like this isn't against my sister's argument. This is just me coming up with something new. Is if you are consistently hanging out with people in which you feel alcohol is the way to be able to socialize over, I would be cautious of the people that you're hanging out with. Because why are you hanging out with people that you really need to drink to be able to have fun with, to be able to socialize over? You don't want to just hang out. Like, you can't just talk to each other. You can't play a sport. You can't, I don't know, do anything else, I guess, that would be either productive or just not productive and just hang out. Like, it has to be
Bridge,
drinking.
Bridge, do you have much of a social life at Cornell or no real social
I
life?
mean, I probably go out the least out of everyone I know, out of all of my friends. But I because of doing that, I made a huge community of people that also don't do that, and we hang out a lot, and we have so much fun doing other things. Like, I don't understand why it has to be like to be able to not be lonely, you have to drink. No, you have to push yourself out of your comfort zone and meet new types of people. It's the people that it seems so easy to just drink and make friends through drinking, which I get, and that's fair. But if you really
Bridge, in
you
your
can't
opinion,
blame life for
in
that.
today's opinion, how young is a kid before he or she has their first drink on average?
Like, what how old are you in 8th grade, Veer? I would say
13,
ninth
13.
grade. So then
Ninth
14,
grade.
14, 15.
Bridge, I think that's an excellent point. I think that's an excellent point, and I agree with it completely. What my point is trying to say is, first of all, our original topic was weight loss. Second of all, this new debate that we're having is about vices in general. And my point, all I'm trying to say is that the vice of scrolling, TV, etc., steals your time, makes you passive, and often contributes to a lot of laziness. And all of those things are not good as well in terms of if we're going to be talking about the positives and benefits. Nothing is a black and white issue, is what I'm saying. You can't just say that like alcohol is bad and there are reasons people do enjoy it that are worth mentioning, and I'm saying that you can also make the comparison of the trade-offs of all of these different things.
By the way,
Now,
guys, do you not
Okay.
notice that when somebody loses weight through Ozempic or any of these medications, they look really strange, especially at an older age? I mean, only
No,
older people
they
are doing
look
it.
they look different because you've
No.
seen them a certain way for a period of time, and now they look different.
But
No,
do
I
you
think
not
it's
see them
because
as
I
weak and
wait.
not as strong? Like, I feel like the muscle mass is
my
all gone.
my take on this is that celebrities are people who use Ozempic that are already very skinny that's when it becomes an issue. Because I know a lot of, or I don't know, but I can take a prediction that many celebrities I know that were skinny and then suddenly became extremely skinny. That was an issue, because then it seems like what, no human being should be extremely skinny to the point where like they don't have a neck. You know what I mean? And there are a lot of celebrities that now look like that mysteriously. I'm not trying to take anything away from them. I'm just saying that's when it's an issue. Like, you have to know your boundaries and what's healthy for your body. Something that's so interesting is that actually skinny people have just as much like health related concerns because of their skinniness as larger people, which doesn't actually get talked about because it seems so weird to say that, but it is an actual issue. Your body does need a certain amount of nutrients to be able to survive. And when you're depriving it of everything in the hopes of becoming super skinny, like model like skinny, that's when your body starts getting upset with you. So because of that, I think that like when it's used in that situation, it's a mistake. When it's used because you genuinely want to get back into your range of being healthy, that's so different than when you're already healthy and just like trying to beat, I don't know, yourself and becoming even more skinny.
Let's talk about GLPs before we wrap up.
No, also GLP.
Well, I have a
before
lot of things I
GLPs,
want to bring up.
What
Really?
is
What?
GLP?
Let's take a quick break to tell you about our amazing sponsor for today, Mathnasium. Mathnasium are math learning centers all over America where kids get together and they learn to love math. They work with teachers who can work at their level, at their speed, at their progression. Don't wait for the end of the school year, the middle of the school year. Don't wait for an exam to amp up the kids' math skills. Every kid, no matter what their interest is, they're going to need math. If they want to grow up and be entrepreneurs, they're going to need math. They want to do anything in STEM, they're definitely going to need math. Here's a news flash. Even artists need math if they're going to make money on it. Do not sleep on this skill. It is one of my favorite things to do with my kids. Enhance their math activities, and Mathnasium cannot be beat in this space because they're easy, they're convenient. Millions of parents trust them with their kids' math needs, and you absolutely must check them out. Listeners can get a free assessment at Mathnasium to start the school year off strong. Go to mathnasium.com and find a center near you to redeem your free assessment. That's mathnasium.com. We also want to take a minute to talk about our sponsor for today, KMAC Fitness. KMAC Fitness is an online workout group of personal trainers. These people are extremely passionate to help you work out on the go. However busy your lifestyle is, they can match you and they can find you a workout that helps you. Here's why I believe in KMAC Fitness. All the doctors I know in New York are using them to get fit themselves. This is one of the best kept secret among healthcare professionals. KMAC Fitness has whipped them all into shape. And you don't have to believe me. Go to their Instagram page, KMAK Fitness, and you will see all these testimonials and transformation stories that are amazing. Don't sleep on your health. I'm not sleeping on mine. I've signed up with KMAC myself, and it is so hard to keep up, even though I travel almost every day of the year. But they're helping me, and they've given me a program that is actually livable, at least doable. It's not some insane plan that you just can't even fathom. They understand busy lifestyles. And if you reach out to them, in the notes, write the word Zarna, say that Zarna sent you, and you will get 10% off your first enrollment. You really should check it out. Delaying on your health is not a good idea. And I'm saying this to you as I'm saying it to myself.
But before weight loss medication, can we talk about something else that's everywhere and we all do it? And I'm not sure about the health benefits of it, protein shakes. What do we think about those?
I have tried them
There you go.
with those. I've tried them with bridge.
I mean, there's not really any downside, to be honest. I don't
The
see what's
questions
wrong
being
with
asked in this
it.
podcast today are
Chemicals.
insanity. I'm just gonna be honest. What the hell is that question?
That is not
Protein
true.
shake?
There
What are you talking
there
about?
are people who are saying that protein shake is all sugar because you're using all these chemicals in it. Like, I'm not sure that it's all a health
You can
benefit. How did
see.
you?
I mean, you can see.
There's
the-
no
the-
sugar in it.
No. Some of them do have sugar, but some of them you can see like the breakdown on the back of every single protein powder container.
But have you
to see
seen
what's
the
in it.
ingredient list is this long in a protein shake?
Yeah.
But bro, everyone keeps talking about the ingredient list is so long. All of this is FDA approved. There's so many different ways of seeing.
No,
and
that's
so
not
much,
true. That's not
FDA
true.
approval is
Hold on,
just
hold
a
on,
yardstick bridge.
FDA approval
No,
is a
but
whole
people
another
think-
lies.
People
Another
think
lies.
that, but also another lie is thinking that because you don't know an ingredient, the thing is bad for you. That's just not true.
I mean, FDA
Actually,
also
everyone brings
approved
this
the
up.
pain-killing medicine. What was that? Ultimately the that family went to jail or like lost the entire business.
Yes, but what I'm saying is it's not as like I just created something today and poured like my dust from the wall inside of it. Like it's not like that. Search it up on your phone and see what it is.
Hold on,
like there's ways to know what it is.
Wait, what you're saying is partially true and also partially very wrong, because when ingredient lists are this long, there are a lot of things that are just very bad for you. There's a lot of let me give a plug to my favorite app again because I just have to. Yuka, Yuka. A woman came up to me in Atlanta and she goes, "I downloaded the Yuka app and I use it for everything now." So I hope that there are people that do that, but whatever. You take the thing, you scan it, and you see the ingredients. When you scan, I want to give an example. I'm not trying to hate on this product, but pretzel goldfish. You would think that there is nothing possibly bad about pretzel goldfish. It's the most simple like bakery snack ever. I scanned it. It's a 0 out of 100. There are so many red, which is just bad. There's so many bad ingredients in it that lead to so many side effects and whatever. Obviously, you probably won't see that directly, but there definitely has to be some detrimental effects on your health.
So what do you see when you scan a protein shake?
I'm so depressed because I'm literally never eating pretzels.
The issue with protein shakes is that you can't really scan them because it's not quantifiable because the protein
it's
it's literally
scannable, Bridge. Why don't you defend
Mom,
that?
it's just not like these are such a non-matter that we're talking about.
Drinking organic milk if you're gonna drink so many chemicals when you
Mom,
add the
everything you eat in life, you want to talk about things with a lot of ingredients in it. I wonder the ingredient breakdowns of the chicken tikka masala that we eat when we go to Indian restaurants. I wonder what will pop out. I wonder what will pop out when we say that. Eight sticks of butter, right? How many sticks of butter do you think is in chicken tikka masala? There's a reason Didi doesn't eat the masala.
Sure, I understand why you asked this question, because when your mother, your grandmother makes it, it's very shady AF. But not when they make it.
His grandmother is vegetarian. She doesn't know how to make chicken tikka.
Wait, can I just
curry for it?
Okay, wait. I want to talk about one thing. I did this cooking class when I was really young, like when I was 12. I will never forget it. It was just a 1-week camp that Mom had signed me up for because I love baking, I love cooking. If I had time, I would do that all the time because I just enjoy it so much. And we had a day where we were making roast chicken. And when I think of chicken in general, I think, oh, this is so healthy, no problem, like protein. Whenever I eat it, I'm like, okay, this is safe. Okay, when we made this roast chicken, they instructed us to put about 20 sticks of butter inside the chicken. Like 20 sticks. And I don't know if you guys can even conceive of what 20 sticks of butter is. It is literally mountains of butter. The next day we did sushi. Literally an entire bucket of sugar went into the sushi rice. Again, I don't think that you guys can conceive of what a bucket of sugar looks like. And again, these just hide in your food. Like, it's like thin air. You would just have no idea what's in it. And
Let's not get started on the food industries where that is just so corrupt. I mean,
all the industries we talk about are kind of corrupt, to be honest. It's kind of sounding like we're in doomsday now.
Let's just talk about the GLP-1s, the weight loss meds. I'm on weight loss meds. I think they're helping me. But I know you guys all have opinions on them, and so just get your opinions out there.
I have no opinion. I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
I think it's great. I've seen, I want you to speak from your own experience. I'm really grateful for GLPs because I think it's given you a newfound confidence around food that I haven't seen in you since I've been conscious enough to notice it. So I'm really happy.
I would never take them because of my bias against medicine, but I am happy that they're helping you. And if they're helping others as well, that's fantastic.
But also, Dad, you don't have the same... What frustrates me whenever because you have been historically very judgmental about GLPs. Now, everybody in the comments is going to be like, so it's so disrespectful to Dad. But it does make me upset because you constantly put them down and you've never had kids with your body. You don't... your work doesn't require you to stay up super late at night. And I think when you're judgmental about them, they make Mom feel really negatively towards them when they are helping.
Wait, how is he judgmental about them? Like literally at all? He basically just said, "I have a bias towards not." Well, all he said was, "I don't like medicine, so I don't take them." Like I don't understand how this became like judgmental.
I'm happy that they're helping.
But you just in 10 minutes earlier were like, when people take them, it makes their face look different from their body or whatever.
I said when people who are already skinny take them.
Bridge did not. I did
Yeah.
say
No,
that.
she was
Bridge.
talking about
She's
Dad.
right. I did
Oh,
say
Dad
that.
said that.
Bridge, he
Okay.
did say that. He
I
did
did
say
say
that.
that
I
when
was talking about my
you take
point.
them, but it's not having that impact on your mother. So the way she is doing it probably is in more the correct proportion, and as a it's helping her. I'm talking about people that there are people out there who weighed 200 pounds and then within almost a month and a half started to weigh 150 pounds. I feel like 60 pounds of weight loss entirely through losing a lot of muscle is not a great way to lose weight. That's not the case in your mother. So whatever she's doing, it's working for her.
But all I'm gonna say is, and this is a topic that gets a lot of hate all over the world, and people have opinions. This is a medication that is saving lives.
Yeah.
It's literally save. I know doctors. Almost every doctor I know is on GLPs right now because they too need to, because the amount of weight our bodies can naturally carry with all our body organs is far less than what we all are usually in modern life. So I just want to put it out there that I'm on Zepbound, which is a weight loss medication, and it's helping me at the very least. Even though my weight loss is not dramatic, at the very least I'm not thinking about food constantly and not having to deal with food constantly, and that itself right now is a big victory for me, and I just need to put it out there because this is a topic of weight loss, and I can't not. So many people have thanked me for being public about it because they all feel shy because what Zoya pointed out with how your dad spoke, even the people who are quote unquote not anti weight loss will sometimes caveat their opinions with things that make people conscious. And I just, as my own voice on this podcast, want to put it out there that I support it as long as it is being recommended by a doctor and monitored by a doctor. It's helping you. Please make use of everything that can help you. If you need glasses to see, you need glasses to see. There's no point walking around saying I don't need glasses. Like, no, that's a thing. That's
No,
actually a thing. your
I know
your
your reference. I know
grandfather
where you're
loves to
going with
brag
this, and it's
about it.
making me laugh.
Your dad's dad loves to say no Garg will ever use glasses. I mean, like, that's a thing that sometimes people are proud of. You don't need to be proud at that level is all I'm gonna say. But the topic of weight loss can go on and on. There's so many heated issues. We didn't even get into fitness. That's a whole another topic. I think walk as much as you can. Listen to your music, listen to your podcast. Just get a walk in, even though I don't think you lose weight because of walking. I really
I think
don't.
walking is wasteful. Doesn't do
What?
anything. I'm just saying that it's just
That is literally untrue. It's
You guys just argue with
scientifically
you guys cannot
untrue.
argue with. There's no such thing as arguing with science. It's a fact that you lose.
Wait,
Okay,
but
whatever.
Dad's
Continue.
right. You don't lose weight through walking. Like, why are you guys challenging
That
He's
is
the one
not
with science.
true. You do.
You lose unless you're
movement
walking.
steps.
Unless you're walking like 20K steps, you're not like.
That's
If you're
it's
walking,
not,
if
this
you're
is
going for a walk,
unfactual.
and
You're literally
no, it
just
is
lying.
not. How many?
I mean,
Let's
your
see. Let's
heart
see
rate
right now.
doesn't go up, so it doesn't.
How
Nothing
many
happens when
calories do you burn per 5,000
We
steps?
need a fact checker, ChatGPT. Maybe that'll be my
Wait,
next
like,
product that
Are
I
you
make.
noticing that basically Bridge and Shalab have formed an alliance in this episode? Zoya
walking.
and I
He is
have
my
to
older
form an
son. He
alliance.
is going to
No,
school.
my alliance is
Veer
with Veer
poor
right
guy
now.
is like a referee in this episode.
No, I'm
because-
very much with Veer right now. I think,
Okay,
like,
it's
this
literally
is
hold on.
insane.
You would
Guys,
burn.
it's
Okay,
it's
if you walk-
unfactual. Like
if
you're
you
you're
walk-
just lying.
Okay, I'm about to tell you right now. Are you ready for me to tell you what it says? Or do you want me not to
It
say it
says-
because then it'll
Go
debunk your
ahead.
point?
Go ahead.
If
go
you
ahead.
if you walk 5,000 steps, you will burn at my weight. You will burn 200 calories at my weight. So if you're Didi or your mom, you're burning about 150 calories if you walk 5,000 steps. That is not enough to help you lose weight.
Okay, so
at
if you
all.
walk 10,000 steps in a day, that's 400 calories down.
For me, yes, for me that's 400 calories, which just assumes that I'm basically living for my life. But if you're going for a walk, you're not going for a walk to burn 400 calories. You're not going for a 10,000 step walk. Who is going for a 10,000? You're going
Guys,
for
I
a
can't
2,000
even-
step walk.
No,
It's
because
not
you
can't
guys-
even
It is
what?
beneficial to your life.
You guys are
that's
bringing
all.
up.
Nobody.
Yes,
No,
I
I'm
agree with
not
that.
saying it's.
Hold on,
I'm just
Mom,
saying, as a
wait.
lifestyle thing, movement is good, and often
Yes.
walking is the movement. That's all.
I 100% agree with you. Walking is great for habits and it's great for your life. But I'm challenging Didi and Veer's point because they challenged Dad's point, even though Dad was correct in his point. And that is that it does not help you with weight loss. It might help you develop habits towards weight loss, but it doesn't help you towards weight
Guys,
loss.
this
Going
is
for
a
a walk doesn't.
scientific. No, but
Yes,
you
it
guys
is.
are fucking
It is
up. No, it's
scientific.
not.
I
Can you
agree.
wait? Can you just
I
type
agree
in?
it's
Can you type in?
scientific.
Can you type in? Can you type in? Does walking help you lose does walking
No,
help weight
no,
loss?
no. You're completely lying about the question. It's not does walking help with weight loss. It's
Guys,
does
no,
going
because
for
you
a
guys are
walk
being
help with weight
ridiculous.
loss.
No, because you're not explaining the issue. Veer is right. Veer is right because you guys are also
He's
making
not.
it a 1-to-1 ratio.
Walking and going for a walk is the same. If we're assuming
No,
you're going
it's
on a walk
not.
every,
No, it's
how
not.
is that
It
not
is not the
the
same
same?
thing. Because, bro, going for a walk implies that you're going for a quick 10 to 20 minute walk. You're getting 2 to 2.5 thousand steps, which is gonna burn like
Okay,
50
2 to
calories.
2.5
That's not.
thousand steps is not realistic. It's not realistic.
That is
My
what a
walks are
walk
like
is.
my walks
Your
are
walks.
7,000
How much?
steps.
You're okay. So then you are going on marathon walks. I'm so sorry, but no one is going for a walk for
Guys,
7,000 steps.
I'm really no, because you're also making it a 1-to-1 thing. When people walk, they also get sunshine. All of these benefits that you get from walking are also
Yes.
conversely helping with weight loss. Veer is right to say, he is absolutely right to say, if you Google, does walking directly correlate with a higher likelihood of losing weight, he is right that you will lose
Yes.
weight. Under that assumption,
Correlate.
yoga.
It does. I agree.
So he's right.
I agree with that. No, he's
Okay, great.
incorrect
Let's-
about the part. He's incorrect about the part that going for the walk, specifically going for the walk, loses weight. Which that
He-
it doesn't.
he's
Doesn't
Okay,
not
lead
fine,
to
but
incorrect
then-
something.
about
but
that
then-
Guys, this
either.
is getting too much
Hold
in the
on.
minutia. I mean,
No,
it
hold
does
on.
give you some activity. It's true that.
But then you
if
can
he's
say the
got
same
out of
thing.
bed, it's
One
just
workout
something.
won't help you lose weight. Like
No, it will help you lose weight because you're burning more calories. That is like
you
the
know-
factual point. If you go
You know,
for a
weight-
30-minute run versus 30-minute walk, you are going to lose a lot more weight through the.
The
you're
reason
gonna,
why this all makes me upset is actually because you, Bridge, and you, Dad, have lived such lucky lives where you can just go to Barry's, go to the gym, do whatever you want because you guys. have a
What
lot of
are you
time to
talking
yourselves right now.
about?
No, because I actually do get upset because when your time is not in your own hands, the way that a lot of people experience day to day, it is actually really frustrating when you say things like walking doesn't help your
We
health.
are
Because
not
sometimes
making a
people-
statement on your
no,
life.
You are. You are.
I'm really not. I'm really, really not. And it's kind of ridiculous. I think what you're doing right now is kind of ridiculous and assuming that I'm basically making a notion that you guys aren't doing enough with your lives. So even though I've never said that once, I've also throughout the summer also was traveling with you guys the entire summer with no time in my hand. Like the way you phrase that question frustrates me a lot because I feel like you just devalued a lot of the work that I do. And honestly, I feel like that was kind of what you were ensuing by saying that. But it's just not true
I'm
at
not
all.
saying that. I'm saying that.
No,
not
you
everybody
just said
gets the
you
luxury
live.
of routine.
You said you
Hold
live
on.
a life, and where you've had the luxury of routine, which is not true throughout
I
my
think
life.
that
But
was pointed at me, Bridge, not necessarily.
You do have
No,
the
she
luxury
said
of routine
she
right now.
specifically said Dad
No, but
and
it was
Bridge.
definitely aimed at Dad. It was definitely aimed at
She
Dad.
said
I'm
that. Why are
aiming
you
this at
defending
Dad.
her?
I
I
am
don't
aiming this
understand.
at
Life.
I
Your
am
dad does
aiming
live
this
that
at
life.
Dad. I am. I'm aiming this in general. Okay, Bridge. First of all, I'm gonna apologize because I don't want to take away. You are working really hard. Mom, did I not just say Bridge is on a roll? He's literally on fire right now because you didn't even know what Bridge is
Yes,
doing.
I think you want to say it about your dad, and you should go
I'm
ahead
not
and
even
say it.
saying this about our family. Oh my god. Stop. You're being crazy now because you're just trying to pinpoint sign.
Yeah, but
What
he
I'm-
does have the luxury of routine that nobody else has. So just say it. Just say it.
No, I'm
I
saying
mean, like,
that.
now you're pitting her against me.
Yeah,
Like,
that's not what I'm saying.
I
I'm
mean, you
saying.
were always not as good a mom as my mom was, but now it's getting worse and worse.
Oh
and worse
my
and worse.
god, I'm just.
Do you see
Yeah.
what was just sitting under the surface? Did you see that?
Wait, I want to clarify one thing before so that people don't think I'm crazy. I want to make it clear that a direct harsh workout is better for weight loss than walking is. That is a fact. I'm not arguing against that.
Obviously.
Okay, but he said running, whatever. I'm saying that type of workout is
Yeah.
obviously going to burn more calories.
Wait.
But I'm saying that walking helps weight loss. That's my point. Whether you disagree with it
Yes.
is whatever. I'm just saying.
Veer,
Yeah.
I
Okay,
agree.
all
I
right.
agree with that as well.
This topic is gonna go on and on. It is a very, very heated topic and relevant to everybody in their lives. But and this is just the tip of the iceberg of the conversation. We want to hear what you guys are thinking. But as we wrap every episode with a round of good grades with Gargs, so too we will wrap up this episode with a round of good grades with Gargs, wherein each Garg gives another Garg a grade, an A grade. Which Garg, in your opinion, deserves an A grade for the winning moment of the episode, the most entertaining, the most enlightening episode moment of the episode? So, who wants to go first? with
I
I
your
will
grade,
start.
Garg?
I am
I will start.
100% unequivocally giving my A grade to Dad because he was right throughout this episode so much, even though so many people were attacking him throughout the episode about a lot of his takes. And I've now, since doing so much research, I've realized he is so right about so many things that we have previously attacked him for. So for that reason, I'm
I
giving him
mean,
the A
of
grade.
course, I have to give it to my older son as well. He is going to carry my legacy.
Oh my
Clearly, we can
God.
clearly see that why the older son is revered the way he is revered in India. I mean, the Pandits had it right 5,000 years ago. The Rishis had it right 10,000 years ago. My parents had it right all my life, and now I can see it.
Bridge, I hope you're happy receiving that A grade because of your birth order.
I didn't
No.
receive it because of my birth. I received it
No,
because I
it's-
supported his correct
Yes.
stances.
And he was right about everything he said. And he was so articulate too, and so
Okay,
beautiful
who
looking.
wants to go next? Whatever, with you two this episode. Who wants to go next?
I don't even know what to say. I'm quitting the podcast, but I am giving my A grade to Mom because I think it's very courageous for you to consistently be open about taking a GLP. I really think you've saved a lot of people in this world by being honest about it. And I mean, I even remember you did a black and white post. She did one post where she wrote about how, every person should be free to make whatever decision they want. And I know that post went mega viral, right? Like it got like maybe 1 million likes and so many shares, and it resonated with so many people. And it's a real kudos to you for being so honest and open about it.
Thank you, Zoya, and my only support in this podcast. Veer, you want to go
I
next?
was gonna give my A grade to you too because
Oh, okay.
I think that your observations, like the way that you see the fact that you're not supposed to drink water out of a plastic bottles and tea bags, whatever. I think that that's just really funny. It just makes me laugh.
Well, I read everything. It doesn't mean I can put it in practice because I'm on the road and I drink water wherever I can get it, and I drink from a tea bag, I drink from a whatever. I don't have the luxury of routine, so it is what it is. And in this episode, I'm going to give my A grade to Veer because I can't believe that the littlest one in our family can look up something like pretzel goldfish and be like, Mom, there is zero nutrition in it. In fact, it might be negative nutrition if that's even a thing.
Negative.
But we would love to hear what you guys are doing, what you guys are doing for fitness, for weight loss. Are you on GLPs? What's your experience with GLPs? You love them, you hate them. Tell us everything. We read every single comment we get. We love that you're part of our world. Please bring more friends, more family into our world as our podcast is growing and growing. And we can't wait to hear from you again. Until we meet next time, everybody say bye.
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 Also, please subscribe.
Oh, yes, please like, share, and subscribe our episode. I'm supposed to say that even though I'm not used to saying it. Please like, share, and subscribe our episode to help our world grow. Thank you.
Subscribe
Bye
our
again.
episode.
Bye.